Welcome to day 477 of our DSO journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother Brian. And remember, these videos are being sponsored by NFT Tech. They are an investor in DSOFi. So when it comes to DSO, there wasn't really too much going on yesterday, not too much news. But in the general crypto space, there's a few things I think we want to touch on today, Brian.
Yeah, I think the biggest story was that Coinbase. It seems like they're really reeling from this crypto winter. They announced yesterday that they're going to be shutting down their U.S. affiliate program. The affiliate program paid out $40 per referral. Then they pushed it down to as little as $2, I think. They're announcing that on July 19th, which is 3 days from now. I guess that would be like Tuesday. They will be shutting down the U.S. affiliate program. They say they're going to relaunch it sometime next year in 2023. But a lot of investors are a little bit cautious around Coinbase right now because of the fact that they laid off 18% of their workforce only last week. 1,100 people, 1,100 of their employees have been laid off. And then when you combine it with this, it seems like they're really trying to reduce costs. And that could be kind of two different things. They weren't expecting this winter and they didn't prepare properly for it, or they expect a long winter and they are trying to prepare for it. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, nobody really knows where things are going, but there's could be a recession coming up, and I think that probably plays a role in it as well. Coinbase is predicting we're going to be hit a recession sometime soon. Uh, as far as crypto goes, nobody can really say which direction it's going, and I think the next couple of days and couple of weeks are going to be pretty telling if you look at the technical analysis of things. I don't know how much you can really rely on technicals right now when the economy is kind of in a state of flux. I think next month, or I guess this month's inflation numbers, which will be reported next month, are going to be huge. I think a lot of people think that inflation is going to go down a lot because of the price of oil and the price of gas is starting to come down.
Yeah,
But we don't really know. And then there's the recession fears, like I said.
I mean, I would lean more towards it being Coinbase just trying to look ahead to the future and be prepared. It doesn't necessarily mean they think it's going to be a long drug out winter. It's just that they're preparing for that in case it does happen. And any corporation, if they are responsible, they would do things in the same fashion, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of exchanges go under because of this crypto winter. Is Coinbase, is that a concern anybody should have about Coinbase? Is that Coinbase is going to go under?
No, I don't see anything like that happening. I think Coinbase is safe. I think Gemini is safe. I think that a lot of Binance is obviously safe. They're actually ramping up spending. So Binance seems to be the safest unless they're being really risky, but they seem really safe as well. So I just want to jump quickly to the next kind of undeso news, and that is JP Morgan. JP Morgan put out a statement saying that Bitcoin could actually fall as low as $13,000 based on an interesting piece of criteria that they're using for that. And what they're doing is they're looking at the cost to mine a Bitcoin. Right now, the cost to mine a Bitcoin is approximately $13,000. So they feel it could fall to that. Over the course of June, the cost to mine a Bitcoin has gone from 24,000 all the way down 11,000 to $13,000. So they feel like that acts as a solid base. Whether it gets to that point or not, I don't know. Whether that's actually a good metric to kind of base the possibility of the Bitcoin price on, I don't know. I think it is interesting that mining is that cheap. That means there's a lot of profitability if you're just starting to mine right now. Right now would be the perfect time, probably. I'm saying probably because I'm not an expert here, to buy some mining equipment that's on sale and start mining. The hash rate's low. I guess the hash has fallen, so it's easier to kind of get a mining reward.
Yeah, I've heard, I don't know if it's really a good indicator, to be honest. I've heard people say, you know, at some point, the price of Bitcoin is going to fall below the cost of mining. And once that happens, it's going to implode because all of these miners are just going to leave and there's going to be no one to mine Bitcoin. But that's not how it works. Uh, as miners leave, it becomes easier for other miners to mine. And the
Cheaper.
the hash readjusts itself and it's easier to mine a Bitcoin, and the equation becomes easier, and it becomes cheaper. So this number is going to continue to drop as miners leave. So I don't think you can really look at it, because if Bitcoin did hit $13,000, then that mining cost price would also drop, likely.
Right. But technically miners shouldn't be leaving at this point because there's
Yeah.
about a, I don't know, $9,000, 8,000 or $9,000 profit margin on
Yeah,
each
yeah, but
Bitcoin
what
if you
I'm
look
saying
at
is,
it.
if Bitcoin did fall to that
Right.
$13,000 mark, where they say is basically the support, because that's what mining costs are, mining costs will probably fall even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can't really look at it
Miners
because
would
it's not a
drop it out.
static
Yeah.
number.
Right. Exactly.
So,
So,
so moving on, Jacob Van and Diso yesterday released a YouTube video entitled "Learn Web3: How to Become a Web3 Creator," and it talks about the creator economy. It talks about how Web3 and Diso can change that creator economy. It'll be by allowing you to bring your social graph with you wherever you go. I guess it's more like wherever you go within the Web3 space, wherever you go within the DSO ecosystem if you're building on DSO. It also allows you to truly own your content, whereas Facebook and Twitter, they basically own the content. They're profiting off the content that you provide. So it's definitely worth watching. It's very informative. Jacob Van does a great job. Uh, and I think it's a video that kind of explains why Web3 and why DSO is so important to the future of the creator economy. Because we do believe that this is probably moving toward Web3. And when it comes to Web3, DSO is really the best option out there right now.
yeah, I think he brings up some very good points. Number one, Web3 is the future just because it empowers the creator over the corporation. But traditional Web2, it's so overcrowded right now. Like, if you really wanted to, at this point in time, say, hey, I want to start a YouTube channel, or I want to start a new TikTok, or I want to start a new Twitter account and really get a lot of followers, it's not easy at all. There's so much competition out there to just get noticed is nearly impossible unless you're partnering up with some other major YouTube stars or other major social stars who kind of help push you along. It's really difficult to gain traction on Web 2. And that's because the last 15, 20 years, people have been building up accounts and kind of taking market share from each of these niches. But on Web 3, it's like a whole new piece of paper that you can start painting on, and you can just get your foot in the door and start building right now, and particularly on DSO. But what we don't know, there might be other social Web3 platforms that come about, and it's a risk because you don't know, is DSO going to be the de facto social protocol on Web3? Maybe not. But if it's not, then you're risking the time. Like right now, we're risking a lot of time on DSO because we feel that it's going to be the future. But if it isn't, if something else takes off, then all these 400 and what is it, 78 videos that we've done will
77.
kind of be not have been that great of a time spent. I think we've learned a lot. We've definitely met a lot of great people, but imagine all that time we spent trying to build up like a presence on this platform, this protocol, and then another one come along. So I think that's just something to consider. But at the same time, the chance of you becoming big on any new Web3 protocol is substantial if you take the time to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So there's rumors that Story was going to be released next week. I saw some posts on DSO about it, not actually from Story themselves, but I did see some posts. So I reached out to Luis from Designsta and had a little chat with her this morning about where they're at, and she said that Story is going to be submitted to the App Store hopefully next week. They were hoping to get it submitted this week, but there were some delays in getting some little things finished up with the app. So hopefully it's going to be submitted to the iOS store next week. The Android version is a few weeks behind, but it's not too far off. So we're going to see iOS first in beta, and then we'll see the Android app probably a few weeks later in beta as well. And then hopefully soon after that, we'll see, a more public release. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it's like. I love the idea that they're using NFTs for filters and NFTs for different stickers you can add on your post. I think it has potential to really catch on and bring people into the DSO ecosystem.
Yeah, I've been excited about this since we first heard about it, probably almost a year ago now. But it's coming, and it's going to come pretty soon, apparently.
Yeah, so DSO Messenger, they've added reactions, replies, and diamonds on their messages within the messaging app. So if you haven't checked it out, just definitely go back to DSO Messenger. They update almost on a daily or weekly basis. Definitely check back frequently, reload, and make sure you're seeing the latest updated app. Uh, Mobile's coming soon. I'm excited about that. And I think DSO Messenger is doing a really good job with their development.
Yeah, and they're another one of those projects, along with the social world and some others, who roll out updates seemingly every week,
DSOFi,
maybe several
DSOFi
a week.
story is
Yep.
coming. Yep.
But yeah, let's jump on to the top NFT bids over the last 24 hours. So these are the people that bid on the most NFTs over the last day, according to NFTZ. And number one was Manic, followed by Clout Swagger, Ollie B, Rhubarb, Studio Richards, ZN Mead. Hold on, let me pull up my notepad here to pronounce this name. Chermislav Digdong, uh, Eat Green Apples, Meta Philosopher, and Baruto. So Meta Philosopher is back up there. Nice to see him up there. The post with the most viewed NFT from the last 24 hours is the mask from photography by Michelle Lord, of course. This is the second straight day she's been up there. It was just purchased by Night 10 yesterday. So congrats to Night 10. A really awesome piece.
It
She's
really
doing
is.
amazing work with these mannequins. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, so the most viewed NFTs, Michelle once again has the top three for the most viewed on NFTZ. There's a Unicat up there after the top three photography by Michelle's, followed by another photography by Michelle, followed by a Haket NFT creations. So pretty static. Michelle's up there. We'll see it. Can anybody else jump in that top list of most viewed NFTs on NFTZ? I don't know. There's some recent top sales too. There's a Decomon that sold an effed up cat, a brutal one of his what are they, the effed up punk sold yesterday. A Unicat sold. Photography by Michelle sold a couple. So those are some of the top sales. So we're following NFTZ, of course, because it's our site, but there's a lot of great data there where you can see some of the top sales, some of the top bids, some of the top viewed NFTs over the last 24 hours.
Yeah, so finally we close out the show, the top diamond creators over the last 24 hours, according to Altonbase. So these are the people that got the most diamonds, most diamond engagement on their post. William Laurent was number one, and William, of course, doing big things within the journalist space, the Web3 journalism space. We were number two, Krasenstein, followed by Effed Up Cats, Baruto, Quanti, Illuminati, Haki, NFT Creations. Did I say that right? I probably didn't. It's a
Okay.
Hakat NFT Creations. It's a non-voice, which is that account that basically anybody can post from anonymously, which is really cool that it's a created. And closing it off now and then. So congrats to all those
I
people and
wanted some
projects.
really brutal feedback from the anonymous account, but we didn't get any. I was hoping people
I
would be like,
know.
your videos are garbage. You think you guys are actually doing a service to the community, but you're really not, or something
I
like
mean, like the only thing I saw was something about us being on Trump's payroll, and we can't talk about that. It's a
can't divulge
secret.
that information.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.